Hey everyone, welcome back to Vedic Sage. I'm Dr. Dhaliwal, and today we're going to begin our series on Vedic astrology. We'll begin looking at each ascendant sign, and today we're going to begin looking at the sign of Aries. Aries is depicted by the symbol of the ram, and the ram is held famous by charging into obstacles head first. So we'll look at this from an Ayurvedic perspective, and from the most fundamental perspective, the Ayurvedic literature states that all matter is made up of 5 basic elements: ether, air, fire, water, and earth. And we can see here that the 5 elements condense down to form the doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. For example, ether and air form the Vata dosha, fire and water form the Pitta dosha, and likewise water and earth form the Kapha dosha. And as we can see here, Mars is the ascendant lord for Aries. And Ayurveda looks upon Mars as being a Pitta planet. So if we take a look at the first house, the sign of Aries is ruled by Mars. And Mars is an extrovert planet, a planet of action, and Mars owns both the first and the 8th house. The first house represents the physical self, one's personality, and vitality. Therefore, Mars ruling the first house for Aries ascendants makes them have a physically moderate build along with good muscle development. Likewise, Aries individuals happen to be great speakers, great debaters, and actually make great attorneys. These individuals are bold, daring, and quite adventurous. At the same time, the fiery and critical nature of Mars can quickly make these guys hot-tempered and therefore easily prone to arguments. In the same manner, Mars makes these individuals headstrong, self-assertive, and full of initiative. Generally speaking, the sun is exalted in the sign of Aries and is also friends with the first lord Mars. Therefore, this gives these individuals a dynamic, inspired, yet fiery enthusiasm with a willingness to charge anything head first. On that note, let's take a look at the 8th house. For Aries, Mars also rules the 8th house, and the 8th house is the house of the unknown, often looked upon as a negative house since it deals with chronic medical conditions and diseases. In the same manner, the fiery nature of Mars, along with the adventurous, headstrong personality of charging things head first, makes these individuals accident-prone. Likewise, from an Ayurvedic perspective, this influence of Mars displays traits of Pitta dosha, which makes these individuals prone to hot inflammatory conditions, especially within the GI system. For example, gastritis, ulcerative colitis, colitis, along with excessive heat within the blood. And this can lead to rashes, hives, urticaria, eczema, psoriasis, and even dermatitis. If we focus on the 4th house, the ascendant Mars happens to be debilitated in the sign of Cancer, which happens to be the 4th house, which signifies home life. This gives the implication that Aries individuals often live away from their homeland. Likewise, this can also imply weakness within the home life from various factors, such as disagreements with the mother, especially if the moon is afflicted. There can also be issues with the siblings, especially if you take a look at Mercury. Mercury is the ruler of the 3rd and the 6th house. And again, Mercury happens to be enemies with Mars, which again is the significator of both the 3rd and the 6th houses. If we take a look at the 10th house, Mars, the ascendant lord, happens to be exalted in the sign of Capricorn. This demonstrates nicely why Aries individuals are so enthusiastic, motivated, ambitious. Interestingly, if you take a look at Saturn, Saturn's the lord of the 10th house, and it is actually debilitated in the 1st house of Aries. And this basically gives the implication that Aries individuals will benefit much if they balance the burst of energy which comes from Mars, along with the stamina and the due diligence of Saturn. Okay guys, this was just a quick video on Aries ascendants, looking at it from a Vedic astrological perspective. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, take care.